Wait, is that in a petri dish? Is that a root in a petri dish? Yes, petri dish. Don't know about the root. Ah, I miss working with microscopes. Maybe I should do... Ew! What was that? Disgusting. Sleep image visualization. Oh no, we're doing this again. It began 2:30, ended 2:34, both on the 10th. Okay. Why is it only 4 minutes long? Good God. World's crappiest movie theater. I don't like that my pareidolia is kicking in. Actually, really quick for reference, pareidolia, I'm just gonna double check and make sure that I'm saying it right. Because actually, I did a lot of investigation into, like, the freshman year of high school for me. I did a lot of investigation into, like, why scary movies are scary, because I used to be the biggest scaredy cat, right? And I was like, why am I so scared of these things? Like, what is going on? What is happening here? Because I'm a scientist, and I do science experiments and things like that. I like doing science. And let me tell you that while I was doing this investigating, it kind of led into from one thing to another, and it started as like, okay, why are horror movies so scary? And then it was like, well, it's because of the ambiance, and it's because it's like prepping you to see things, and like it's telling you what you should be seeing and whatever, and it's like priming you to be scared, and things like that. And then like the music is also designed to scare you and things like that. And one thing led to another. I started looking at horror movies, and eventually it got to, well, yeah, horror movies, but also, how do Ouija boards work? How do dowsing rods work? How does, like, all of that kind of stuff work? Like, what's the scientific explanation behind it? I don't want to step on any toes here. I don't want to offend anyone. So if you believe in ghosts, cool. Like, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I just don't necessarily agree with you. And that's okay. People, this is important because I'm doing a Let's Talk Religion series where I talk to people about their different religious beliefs. Most of which I don't share. And that's okay. Just because I think this is important and it's an important message, you do not have to agree on everything as long as you can be respectful of other people's opinions. You don't have to agree on everything, and that's totally fine. So, when I say I don't believe in ghosts, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm not saying anyone's wrong, you are perfectly fine to believe what you want to believe because we don't have definitive proof that they don't exist. However, that being said, we don't have definitive proof that they do exist, and that's kind of, where the separation takes place. And that's okay. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just telling you I don't believe it. And with that being said, I dove into the science as to like why Ouija boards work and how dowsing rods work, and I found some really cool stuff, which I will talk about in a video because I think it's cool. One of those things is kind of like why the Bloody Mary illusion works, because it does, your brain actually does see something, it's just not Bloody Mary. It's your brain is in a dark room, you're primed to be scared, and what your brain does is it has this thing called pareidolia, where we recognize faces in things that are not faces. So like, in like a piece of, like a plank of wood, how sometimes like they have those little grooves in them and whatever, someone could see a face in it. It's not a face. It's objectively not a face. But we see it as one, and that's what pareidolia is, where it's like we think something that is just like a bunch of, like, we see something that is just a bunch of lines or a cloud in the sky as something that we recognize, when in reality it's just a cloud in a random shape, but somehow we see it as looking like a heart, or we see it as looking like a hot air balloon or something like that. Mainly it translates to faces, but it doesn't have to be faces. Anyway, with the thing here, my pareidolia is kicking in, and so I'm seeing like the head and like sloping eyes, like overly accentuated eyes, like, you know, the horror style, and then, like, the bridge of the nose and whatever. It looks like an overly accentuated face, like a uncanny valley type face. Uncanny Valley is also very interesting. I'm super excited to talk about those things because I like talking about them. So y'all best believe I will be talking about them in the future. Anyway, we're back to Moonlight Acres. Holding room design. Okay, so this is like the same thing as the bunker. Kind of. Barry Johnson, assistant activity supervisor. Levi Jacobs, head of security. Levi Ackerman? Okay, metal door with feeding slot. Escape hatch. I'm assuming that was pointing to the ladder. July 16th, 1991, 6 days into self-quarantine. Oh, good lord. That looks like there's something covering it. That doesn't look like I'm seeing to a back wall. That looks like someone put a corkboard up to the feeding slot. Like, y'all see what I mean? Like, that does not look like anything. What am I supposed to be? That looks like someone put a corkboard there. What is this? Okay. Figure 1. I've seen a lot of figure 1s in my day. Oh, figure 2. Whoa, what the heck, Rooney? I don't like that. Why did the face change? Go back up. Yeah, look, the face is like getting slightly distorted. I point to nothing. August 6, 1991, 27 days into self-quarantine. Oh god, I would lose my mind if I was alone in a room for that long. I say while sitting alone in a room, talking to a screen. Way to roast myself, good lord. Where did the corkboard go? Why can't I see the corkboard anymore? No? Oh. That sounds like bones cracking. I hate that a lot. I significantly dislike that. Yeah, see, look, the face is like distorted from what it was. Oh, god. Wait, why does this look different? Nature's Mockery! That's totally what that is. That is totally what that is. That has to be Nature's Mockery. So was the first one Deep Root Disease and this one is like turning into Nature's Mockery? September 7th, 1991, 59 days in a quarantine. I would lose my mind. Like sitting in a small room by myself. Staff prepare to enter the holding room following estimated incubation time. Incubation time? Staff are equipped with protective suits and avoid contact with deep root growths. Why is the door opening? That is a thick door. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? Douglas Adams. Mostly harmless? Why was it pointing to Earth and saying mostly harmless? We're literally a war world. Whatever. Oh, I hate that. That looks like a hand. I think that's what it's supposed to look like. That looks like a skull. Pareidolia, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that definitely is someone's face. That is absolutely, yep. I don't know what they did to it, but that's definitely like the jaw. That has to be the jaw. Yep. Jaw, eyes, neck, torso. I hate it. I hate it a lot. An interview was performed to assess Barry Johnson's psychological state. You think he's still alive? Can you hear me? If that thing responds, I'm going to be deeply upset for no reason other than that has to hurt. And living like that would be terrible. Do you know who you are, is what it said. Oh my god. No, that did not say, can you hear me? We can hear you. That did not say, do you know who you are? That was a bunch of noise. That did not say, do you know who you are? Neither of those things it said. It did not say that. It did not say, we can hear you. It's not saying anything, it's just making a noise. Unintelligible. There we go. It is unintelligible. Oh god. I don't like that it's screaming. The interior of Barry Johnson is discovered to be occupied. Camp staff initiate protective safety measures. I don't like that I'm being silent, but that's mainly because I don't know how to respond to it. Like, how do I respond to it? What is this? Yeah. That looks kind of cool. This is the next thing. I could just click on this, but I'm not going to.